Imagine looking into the night sky and seeing a star vanish. No explosion, no dying ember, just silence. One moment it exists, the next it is erased, like a fingerprint wiped from glass. Telescopes across the world swivel toward the same impossible point in space, where a perfect circle of nothingness now distorts the stars around it. A black hole, not thousands of light years away, not in another galaxy, but suddenly appearing near our solar system. No warning, no explanation, only a growing realization spreading through observatories, control rooms, and living rooms around the planet. Death itself has entered our cosmic neighborhood. Black holes are the universe's most destructive entities, so dense, so compressed, so violent that not even light, the fastest thing ever discovered, can escape their pull. They are places where time slows, matter collapses, and physics begins to break. Luckily, every known black hole lies at distances so enormous they sound imaginary. The closest confirmed one, Gaia BH1, sits more than 1,000 light-years from us. Safe, harmless, comfortingly far. But this scenario removes the comfort. In this story, a black hole materializes just 1 light-year away and begins a slow, unstoppable influence over our world. Not a collision, not an instant annihilation, but a creeping, steady, inescapable distortion of the solar system itself. To understand what happens next, we must understand the monster. A typical stellar mass black hole contains more mass than our sun, compressed into an object no wider than a city. Imagine taking the sun, crushing it to the size of Karachi, and watching it warp the universe around it. The border around it, the event horizon, is absolute. Cross it, and you do not return. Surrounding it, an accretion disk of superheated gas swirls at nearly the speed of light, glowing brighter than entire galaxies. But beyond even that glowing ring lies its most far-reaching influence, gravity. Raw, unstoppable gravity. It reaches across space, warping everything it touches. If such an object appeared near Earth, astronomically speaking, the consequences would begin instantly. The first sign would be subtle, almost beautiful. Starlight would begin to bend around an invisible point in the sky. Space itself would look like liquid glass. Astronomers would call it gravitational lensing, but the world would simply call it terrifying. As this distortion grows, the outer planets begin to drift. Neptune's orbit stretches into an elongated path. Uranus begins to shift. Even the far-flung Kuiper belt trembles under the intruding force. For a solar system that has remained stable for billions of years, the balance begins to fracture. Far beyond Pluto lies the Oort Cloud, a gigantic sphere of icy debris. Trillions of frozen objects orbiting at the edge of the sun's domain. The black hole's arrival shakes this sphere violently. Comets are kicked loose, flung toward the inner solar system like cosmic bullets. Over decades, Earth becomes a target in a celestial shooting gallery. More comets streak across the sky. More impacts strike the planet. Dust and debris rise into the atmosphere, dimming sunlight, cooling temperatures. A miniature ice age creeps across continents. Crops fail. Ecosystems collapse. Humanity tries to adapt, but the black hole's effects are only beginning. Earth's orbit, once stable and predictable, subtly shifts. At first, no one sees the change. The temperature drops by fractions of a degree, barely enough to notice. But year after year, the drift continues. Earth begins moving farther from the sun. Winters grow harsher. Summers shrink. Regions that once flourished begin to freeze. Power grids strain. Nations struggle. Food supplies dwindle. The planet slowly slips toward a colder, darker era. The oceans respond next. Black holes create extreme tidal forces, even from vast distances. Earth's tides begin to rise higher and crash harder. Some coastlines experience repeated flooding. Others see their waters drain away unpredictably. Ports shut down as shipping becomes a dangerous gamble. Storms intensify. Waves grow enormous. Entire coastal cities begin to retreat inland. Humanity watches its shorelines transform under an invisible hand. Above us, a new crisis unfolds. Space itself warps. Satellites, once held in precise orbits, begin drifting. GPS becomes unreliable. Communications flicker and distort. Weather forecasting collapses. Thousands of satellites spiral downward or drift off into deep space. The technological backbone of modern civilization breaks one strand at a time until much of the world is plunged into a digital twilight. The cooling Earth undergoes atmospheric changes. As temperatures fall, air pressure drops. Some regions begin to resemble the dry, thin environment of Mars. Glaciers spread. Sea ice grows thicker. Cities struggle to keep warm. Agriculture becomes possible only in sheltered environments or underground facilities. Humanity adapts again, but the black hole continues to pull. As it drifts slightly closer to the solar system, the gravitational balance reaches its breaking point. Earth faces two possible fates. In one scenario, the black hole's pull overpowers the sun's grip. Earth is yanked slowly out of orbit and flung into the darkness between stars. The planet becomes a rogue world, frozen almost instantly. Oceans solidify into global glaciers. The atmosphere condenses and falls as snow, coating the planet in layers of frozen air. Only underground habitats and geothermal pockets would keep small groups of humans alive, if any survive at all. In the second scenario, Earth spirals gradually toward the black hole itself. It would take thousands of years, long enough for civilizations to rise, fall and rise again while watching the sky warp in haunting, beautiful patterns. The black hole would distort the sun's light, stretch the stars into arcs, and eventually tear Earth apart. Long before reaching the event horizon, the planet would be spaghettified, stretched into streams of molten rock and dust. Earth's final moments would be silent. No explosion, no dramatic burst, just disappearance. A world swallowed whole by the most powerful force in the cosmos. This scenario is terrifying, but it is also enlightening. It shows us how delicate our cosmic position truly is. We live not because the universe is gentle, but because we exist inside a fragile harmony of gravity, distance, and timing. The appearance of a single black hole in the wrong place would shatter that harmony instantly. Yet it also reveals why understanding the universe matters. The more we learn, the more we can prepare, protect, and adapt. We are small, but we are not powerless. Black holes remind us that the universe is vast, ancient, and unpredictable. They are relics of dead stars, guardians of secrets and sculptors of galaxies. They are not villains, just another force in the endless cosmic story. But their existence compels us to look beyond our world, to ask questions, to seek knowledge, to remain vigilant. If a black hole could one day threaten our world, then what else might be waiting beyond the darkness? A rogue star, a gamma-ray burst, another universe pressing against our own. The cosmos is filled with possibilities and dangers. So ask yourself, what should we imagine?